Dear students, today I am going to start the lessons according to Tumkur University. So first of all, we are going to start the lessons laws of motion. Laws of motion. So in that we are going to learn about frames of reference. Frames of reference. So what is frames of reference? Can you tell anybody? Frames of reference means it is a physical object to which we attach our coordinate system. Frames of reference means it is a physical object to which we attach our coordinate system, or a body in motion can be located with reference to some coordinate system is known as frames of reference. Frames of reference. So here a body of coordinate, a system of coordinates which defines the position of a particle, of an event or any event in 2 or 3 dimensions in space is called a frames of reference. Frames of reference means a system of coordinates, which defines the motion of a particle, of an event, defines the motion of a particle of an event in 2 or 3-dimensional system. 3-dimensional system or in space. Space is known as frames of reference. Frames of reference. So again, I would like to read the definition of the frames of reference. A system of coordinates which defines the motion of a particle of an event in 2 or 3-dimensional system in space is known as frames of reference. Frames of reference. So here, that means, most of the bodies in the universe are in related motion, continuously in related motion. So therefore, we want to study the frames of reference. So we have known the frames of reference. And then what is the rest and motion of a particle? What is rest and what is motion? So here, if the coordinates of the points, coordinates of the body with reference to with reference to coordinate system. With reference to coordinate system with respect to time. With respect to time, that is the system of coordinates of the body with respect to some coordinate system with the time. With the time, it should be at rest always. The coordinate points of the body must be rested with respect to time. So this is known as rest. And suppose if the coordinates of the body of a system, coordinates of the body of a system with change, that means change the time with respect to some coordinate system is known as motion of a particle. That means when a body changes from with some reference point is known as motion of the particle. Therefore, this is the difference between rest and motion. What is rest? Rest is, that is, if the coordinates of the points of the body remain unchanged with the time with respect to some coordinate system is known as rest. And another thing is again motion. Motion means if the coordinates of any points of the body is changed with the time with respect to some coordinate system is known as motion. So this is the rest and motion. And now, so we can observe some example here. I would like to make you to understand about the rest and motion. So here there are three coordinate axes, x, y, z. So here suppose A is the point of the body and its coordinates are x, y, z. X, y, z. So here A is the point of the body. Suppose a body is at point A. Suppose a body is at point A. With respect to here x, y, z are the coordinates of the body with reference to some coordinate system, and it is at rest. The point P is at rest with respect to time. That means remains changed. It is remains changed with respect to time is known as rest. Suppose after some time the body B at point Q, its coordinates are x1, y1, z1. Isn't it? At point B, after some time, the body shifts to B with respect to time. x1, y1, z1. x1, y1, z1 are the coordinates of a body after some time. That means with respect to time, with reference to some coordinate system, is known as frames of reference. Frames of reference. So here another example I would like to give you about the frames of reference. So here suppose the coordinate, consider two frames of reference here. Consider two frames of reference. Two frames of reference. Its coordinates along the z-axis is coincident. X, y, z, and z dash, x dash, y dash. So there are two frames of references here. One is x, y, z, and another one is x dash, y dash, z dash. At x, y, z, it is origin of the coordinate axis, and o dash is the origin of the coordinate axis x dash, y dash, z dash. Here O is some object. That means suppose a person may be a person may be stood here, and another person may be stood here, and both observes the motion of the particle at point P in space. Both observes the motion of the particle at point P. Suppose for observer O dash, suppose O dash is a suppose a person who observes the motion of the particle at P, and O dash is also a person who observes the motion of the particle at P. Both observe the particle P simultaneously. For them, the motion of the particle will remain unchanged if both the persons are relative to each other. Both the persons are relative to each other. So therefore, in another aspect, so if both the persons are in relative motion, if they are going to observe the particle P, motion of the particle P, that means the particle will be different. The particle motion will be different for them. So this is the concept of the frames of reference, isn't it? So for supporting examples for it, I give you now. Suppose example, consider both observers A and B. Both observe the moon. One person is both observe the moon. That means O and O dash are O is on the earth and O dash is on the sun. Both observe the moon. So here for observer A, the motion of the moon will be in wavy path. That means in wavy path. For observer A, it seems to be circular. And for observer B, the motion of the moon will be seen as circular path, like this. This is for observer A, and this is for circular path. That means wavy path for observer B, isn't it? Because the observer who stands on the earth and observes the motion of the particle, and observe B who stands on the sun and observes the motion of the moon, isn't it? Both are simultaneously observe the motion of the moon, and the moon will be different for them, isn't it? So this is known as the relative. This is the supporting evidence for relative motion. And one more thing, and consider a car in motion. Suppose at the B, a person who stands at the center, and he observes the particle P which is on the rim, which is on the rim of the V, and he observes the particle P on the rim will be seen as circular path, and the same thing, that means the motion of the particle which is observed by the person who stands on the earth, it seems to be like a cycloid. This is the cycloid path. isn't it? So therefore, this is B. Sorry, this is for B and this is for A. Isn't it? This is the particle C. And another example, we can provide one more example here. Consider that a train is moving with uniform velocity. Another example, a train is moving with uniform velocity. A person who is sitting in the train and he throws a stone or he throws a stone downwards. So for person A, it seems to be vertically downwards, but the person who stands in the earth, he observed the stone. It seems to be like a parabolic path. That is parabolic path. Like this. This is for observer A and this is for observer B. Isn't it? So another example I can give you. One more example. That is, suppose when a train is moving, with constant velocity or uniform velocity, a person throws a stone upwards, it will come to the thrower again. It will come to the thrower because of the object is moving with uniform velocity or train is moving with uniform velocity. Then he finds the velocity of the train. He cannot find the velocity of the train because the train is moving with constant velocity. So that is known as frames of. This is also supports the frames of reference, isn't it? And another example, when that is known as inertial frame, we can say that this supports the inertial frames of reference. And again, one more example I can give you. Suppose when a train is moving with high speed, so the person who is sitting on the train and another person who is also sitting besides the first person, but they are moving with relative motion. But they are both are sitting oppositely. That's why relative to each other. But a person who is observed on the earth, he observes the first person. But who is also moving with very high speed. So that means it accelerated. That means it is known as the non-inertial frames of reference because the train is accelerated. So that is the concept of frames of reference. And one more thing. So now we are going to discuss about the frames of reference can be divided into. Here frames of reference can be divided into two parts. One is inertial frames and accelerated frames. And another one is non-inertial frames. Accelerated frames. First one, inertial frames of reference. Inertial frames of reference are unaccelerated frames. The name itself indicates that unaccelerated. That means the particle which moves with constant velocity. Constant velocity or uniform velocity is known as inertial frames. So inertial frames means it obeys Newton's law of inertia and other Newtonian mechanics. is known as inertial frames of reference. Inertial frames, inertial frames of reference. Reference means inertial frames of reference means it obeys the laws of inertia and other laws of Newtonian mechanics. And other laws of Newtonian mechanics, because the body is not acted upon by any external force, but it is uniformly moving with constant velocity or constant velocity. Constant is nothing but uniform. So therefore, because it moves with uniform velocity means it moves equal intervals with equal intervals of time. Equal intervals with equal interval of time. So therefore, we can say that it is known as uniform velocity. It obeys the laws of inertia and other laws of Newtonian mechanics. Because here the body which is not acted upon by external forces. Therefore, here force on the particle is zero. And therefore acceleration of the body also zero. Why? F is equal to F is the force which is not acted upon the particle. That's why force is equal to zero. Acceleration or increasing velocity of the body is also zero. So therefore, this is known as inertial frames of reference. Inertial frames of reference. Examples: we can approximate a reference frame which moves with constant velocity or uniform velocity relative to the distant stars with reference to some galaxies. That means as a best approximation of the inertial frame and frames of reference in the intergalactic spaces. So this is the example for inertial frames. Example for inertial frames: reference frame with intergalaxies space. And another concept is non-inertial frames. What is non-inertial frames? Or accelerated frames. So the name indicates itself here. So the body's velocity is increasing with respect to time. That is known as acceleration of accelerated frames or non-inertial frames. So here non-inertial frames. First one and second. Inertial, non-inertial frames means it does not obey laws of inertia and other laws of Newtonian mechanics. You have to write down these definitions. These definitions both are very important from the examination point of view. So in the exam, so if the question paper, in the question paper you can find the inertial and non-inertial frames. So when these questions are come, you can write these definitions. Okay. So here it does not obey non-inertial frames, means it does not obey laws of inertia and other laws of Newtonian mechanics. What does it mean? Because so here in this frame, the body which is accelerated by some other forces or external forces. That means, I'm very sorry. So here the body is continuously accelerated. Due to some forces, but any force is not acting on it, but it is accelerated. Here, so therefore it is constantly accelerated. That's why we can. It does not obey the laws of inertia and other laws of Newtonian mechanics. The coordinate system, the example. Suppose the coordinate system is fixed with the earth. Here, suppose this is the earth, and here is the coordinate system. So this is the rotation of the earth, and it is the coordinate system of any object. So here it is fixed to the earth. When a person observes the outside of the earth, the body which is also moving with the rotation of the earth. Isn't it? Did you understand? Because so here there is a earth on which some coordinate system is fixed. Which is also moving with the rotation of the earth. When person observes the outside of the earth, so therefore the earth is also accelerated when there is no external forces acting on the body. But the earth is constantly rotating due to the centripetal force. It is accelerated. So this is the example for non-inertial frames, and earth is not an inertial frame. So in the examination they may ask why earth is not an inertial frame. Because it is not an inertial frame. The earth is rotating sphere. It is rotating about its own axis. This is the axis of the earth. It is rotating on its own axis. The earth is rotating sphere as it is rotating with about its own axis. It has a centripetal acceleration due to rotation. In addition, the earth revolves around the sun in a period of 1 year. That is 1.49 into 10 raised 18 kilometer. What is the period of the earth around the sun is the velocity, the distance, the distance, total distance covered by the earth about the sun is 1.49 into 10 power 8 kilometer. 8 kilometer. So therefore So this is the example of non-inertial frames. So thus the frames of reference attached to earth is an accelerated frame and therefore it is a non-inertial. And one more thing is, so already I told you about the rest. What is the rest of the body? Can you tell anybody? So here, so an object is said to be at rest if it does not change its position with respect to time. Change its position with respect to time. We can say that the body which is at rest. Suppose the body, the book is on the table, which is at rest with respect to the table. With respect to the table, because which is not moving. So it may be moving with the velocity of that thing is very different. But when we observe the table is also rest and book is also rest. Therefore, book is rest with respect to the table. With respect to the table. So this is the one kind of example. Suppose a bus is, and a person who is lying on the bed. Another example. Suppose a person who is lying on the bed, who is at rest with respect to the bed, who is not moving. Therefore, it can be said as a rest of the body. It can be said as a rest of the body. And one more thing is rest and motion. And one more thing is motion. So if the motion, if the body is said to be in motion, if it change its position with respect to time, is known as motion of the body. It should be changed with respect to time. That is known as motion of the body. That is, so suppose a bus moving in a road, a person walking on the road. So these are all motion of the bodies. A bird is flying in the space, and or also a mosquito is flying in the space. So these are all the motion of the bodies. It supports the motion of the bodies. An object which is at rest with respect to an observer can be in motion with respect to another observer. So here, and one more thing is, so suppose another example I can give you. A person sitting in a moving train who is at rest. A person who is, I told you already, so that is for the motion of the particle. So a person sitting in a moving train is at rest with respect to another person who is also sitting in the same train, but the first person in the train is in motion with respect to a person outside. So the train standing on the surface of the earth, isn't it? That means he observes the motion of the first person who is also in motion. In the train. So this is these examples supports the rest and motion, isn't it? So today let us stop here. Tomorrow we will learn more about the rest and motion or Newton's laws, isn't it? So these are the basic requirements for studying the frames of reference, isn't it? Some more examples I will give you later. Today let us stop the lesson. Okay, thank you one and all.